All right, everybody. Good morning. It is Wednesday, February 7th, 2018. This is SIG Azure, aka the most relaxing SIG in the world, brought to you with pleasing music and the gentle snow falling. Basically, we're going to get started and talk over what's our current work in progress, and start the day off right. So if you're following on after the fact, the agenda is available at bit.ly/sig-azure, and you can look and see what happened during this meeting and skip the relaxing video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the agenda. There's a couple of topics. One, actually, I didn't add either of these, so if somebody has added these and wants to speak to them, please go ahead and step forward and do that now.
I think Cole might be the one added the 5,000 node project.
Okay.
Since he was asking about it on SIG Azure yesterday. Is he on?
I am. I think I'm unmuted now.
Yep, I can hear you. Yay.
Okay, great. Yeah, Colin and I chatted a bit in Slack, so I don't need a whole lot of info here, but I was just kind of curious for an overview. I didn't know if this had been mentioned in SIG Azure yet, and it seemed very interesting to me.
All right. So let me repeat what I said. I think it was yesterday. The whole idea is if we manage to get 5,000 node cluster in one subscription, our users, whoever they are, either using any service, irrespective of what it is, they will be able to run either smaller clusters or many smaller clusters in the same subscription. And that's the primary drive for doing this, is basically we suffer so other people don't. So I'm sacrificing myself.
Wait, I'm confused. Less expository and maybe more details here, buddy. Can you explain?
So there are two primary limits that we're facing right now. The two primary issues that we're facing when we scale beyond certain number of nodes or number of clusters per subscription. Those are either related to ARM itself, ARM endpoint. So the way the controller works, the way the cloud provider works right now, when it supports all the controllers that talks to it, it just creates a lot of GET calls against ARM endpoint. So we quickly consume ARM quota per subscription. So we're working against that.
Okay.
We're working to fix that. There's a PR. We closed it, but we're gonna create a new one for cache that allows to basically not consume all the quota. The second topic, which is it's really around how the availability sets, the network, and all of that things work. Right now, with Azure CNI, we should be in a better place to actually experiment beyond 2,500 nodes, and we should be able to just go and create additional nodes. So those are the two limits that we're trying to work out with this project.
Okay.
That's it. The reason this is interesting is people like Cole probably suffered through this during his time with Microsoft, so he got interested because of that.
Plus,
yes.
I mean, I have no use for it, but 5,000 nodes is cool. It'd be cool to boot that up just to see it.
Yeah, and then so this project is progressing slowly, and it's a many month project. It's not a small like one kind of approach. It's one activity every week on it, and then we'll see how it progresses. Right now, there are some stuff we know, such as the ARM limits, and some stuff we don't know that will be exposed once we go and add, let's say, 3,000 nodes, 4,000 nodes, and so on.
Sure.
The key here is these nodes are running with cloud provider configured, which is kind of interesting challenge to do, but we'll see.
Once we get this sort of working, it would be good to link up with SIG Scalability to see if we can dovetail on their work, because they've done this work for other platforms and we are notably missing from that. So it'd be good to get that taken care of as well.
Yes, that's the plan is to, so some learning is going to be Azure specific configuration, but some, I believe there will be other learnings around how Kubernetes itself is configured.
Yeah, agreed.
If you're keeping an eye, Call, and the rest of the people watching this, we recently discovered that some settings are actually not working. So for example, the service sync period on the controller manager is not used anywhere, which is kind of confusing for users because users think that I can configure the service sync period, hence I am slower or not as good consuming resources as I should, but this is actually not correct, and we created a PR to remove that. That settings is not used, and we created a PR to remove it.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So there's a second item here, calendar events. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know.
This was a result of me trying to sort out my calendar yesterday. I was wondering if you could make a separate SIG Azure calendar and share the whole calendar with the group instead of just sharing a single event off of your personal calendar.
So if you join the SIG Azure group, the Google group, it automatically subscribes you to the entire calendar.
Okay, maybe I need to leave the group and rejoin it then, because I just have a single one-off event. Okay, all right, I'll mess around with it more then.
If that doesn't work, please let me know, because that means that there's something about the actual core invite that is not set up right.
Yeah, I was curious how this is supposed to work. It's just supposed to be completely automatic. Like as soon as you join the group, it resends it. Okay, all right, I'll try that.
Yeah, hopefully that works. And if not, please, just let me know and I'll take care of it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right. So let's just quickly bop through these work items that we have in progress. Cal, do you mind taking the reins on this?
So Azure KMS, we're on progress. We have Rita. I don't know if you guys know Rita. Is working on it, and she's progressing. We talk every now and then about this, and it's progressing. It's on track. I believe by this end of this week or next week, we should have something to share. VMS as support, we have everything except disks, and that's pending on the Azure, ARM. So the API, the SDK doesn't have the API to attach disks individually to nodes, and that's not pending on the endpoint itself. It's pending on the SDK implementation. So we're waiting for this. All right. Very strong point here is once this is done, we really need to be careful people using it immediately in production, because we need to keep it in test for a while and then move it into prod workloads, because it's a massive change on the way we do things.
So that is something we need to put in terms of documentation and make sure that is super clear in the release notes. So let's make sure that whatever that is in the pull requests under the release notes section.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. The autoscaler status is the same. All right. Nothing had changed.
Okay.
App Gateway, interestingly enough, is progressing, so it's no longer red. So Ivan is moving ahead with this, and he's actually started doing some, like, he started sharing samples and so on. So this is progressing. Out of 3 provider, we're still at the same situation where we have the code, but we're waiting for clearance to get it to just open up the repo.
Okay, that meeting is actually today. I'll check in on that and let everybody know.
Can I ask you to own the updates on this one next time, because I really don't know how to get updates on this particular action. So,
I'm sorry, what did you need?
So I just want you to own updates on this one. Like next time when we talk about this, I want you to be the person to provide updates.
Sure.
Right? Okay. Azure Disk Encryption, slow, no progress. Explicit MSI. Explicit MSI is slowing down, it's not progressing as we want. So that goes to orange, if you want. Yes. Now, blob, Azure storage, all right, OMS integration, no status. Windows CRI, no status. The Azure storage refuse driver, the blob driver, is going to happen before February 21st. It's going to be a flex volume driver, so no dynamic provisioning for it. So users will have to create the storage account separately, and then go and create the flex driver instance that will work for them.
Why would I want that when I could use disk or disk?
So there are multiple advantages in using blob driver, specifically if you have. So the Fuse blob driver is using block blobs, not batch blobs. So if you have a workload, such as let's say scatter gather, map reduce style workloads where you're generating massive amount of data. Think ML, TensorFlow, all of those interesting workloads, creating data, and because everything is going to use the same storage account, your reduce step is non-existent. So that's one of the use cases that this is going to be really interesting for.
Sure. Okay.
It comes with fine print. Fuse blob drivers this is user space drivers. They are a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
But the Azure blob storage is, in terms of data, can support massive amount of data. So we will be able to create some docs around this. Sadly enough, the Azure storage folks just created the driver and just don't have enough use case docs around it. So we'll have to own this probably.
Okay.
The scheduler stuff, move it to green. I'm gonna tackle it this week. All right, I was just too involved in the ARM baselining performance and so on. So, all right, that should be yellow or green. Yeah. Okay. Azure file resize. Honestly speaking, I don't know. I don't know why this is needed. I'm trying to find the use case where this is needed. Why would you ever do that? But we'll see. So I have to go back and check. Mount options is on track as far as I can tell. Windows? No, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, that Banda is. All right. And I have no clue what's this.
I think this was the contract that we're looking at to get testing published. I don't know that there's an update here.
Yeah, but this is related to the fork and the out-of-tree provider and all of that. This should all be one bucket of tracking.
Sort of, yeah. I think that's true.
All right, the last. Excuse me.
Don't die.
The last thing I want to talk about is there is a bunch of very old issues, and either we are referenced directly as Azure bug or issue, or we just get referenced in some discussion on either the cloud provider, networking issues, and so on. Right? Some of these issues are extremely old. Just to make a point, search Azure on the issues, all right, on Kubernetes issues, and you will see at least 10 pages of issues open, all right? This is any issue that has the word Azure in it. So what I started to do is every day, I spend 15, 20 minutes just going back, and I start talking either, do we need this? Do we don't need this? Can we close it? Just for us to maintain focus on a smaller set of issues. And I will be going back to you, Jace, in order to either close or move these things.
Okay. All right. Just at me and I'll follow them up and take it.
I am also writing. I'm gonna share it probably next week. Just a simple Python script that goes against that. This is side project. I have no commitment on it, right? It's just a simple tool that grabs all the issues, all the PRs, and just with date, issue ID, and we start having some consistent way of just, because the worst that could happen is you find yourself mentioned on an issue that has been in discussion 3 months, for 3 months now. And then, hey, Azure, this also affects Azure. Yeah, well, thank you very much, but you guys 3 months into the discussion, there is nothing we can do now other than, all right, we do whatever you guys agreed on, which is not exactly the best way to go. So I'm just trying to figure out a way we can keep a pulse, sort of, because this is not the right way to go.
Agreed.
I really appreciate that a lot of people in the community realize this, realize some people not even in Azure communities, they realize the impact and they mention us. Either you, Brandon, myself, or just SIG Azure. And that's highly appreciated, but it's not exactly something we should be depending on. That's everything I have right now.
Okay, great. Anybody else have anything else you want to do before we adjourn?
Can we chill out to some piano music again? That was nice.
Oh no, yeah, I guess sure, why not? Okay, so anybody who wants to leave and not have relaxing music, go right ahead. But just if you want to stay and have a moment of chill, here you are. So.
It's good for your blood pressure, Cal.